And shall we take our next call, please? Welcome to Open Forum.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, Brother Kevin. I'm trying to get your timeline. On May 22nd, 33 AD to May 21st, 1988 is 1,955 years.
Yes.
And from May 21st, 1988 till September 1994 is exactly 6 years, which Daniel...
No, excuse me, not exactly 6 years. It is approximately 6 years. In actuality, it is exactly 2,300 days until September 7, which is a ceremonial feast day according to the biblical calendar, and it's a memorial of the Jubilee. And the Jubilee is a feast or an activity that has to do with declaring the Word of God to the world. And that's a 2,300 days. And then right after that, there from September 7th until May 17th, there are 6,100 days. And from just speaking about years, from 1994, which is a Jubilee year also, which is the end of the 2,300 days, it's 17 years approximately, not to the very day, but not approximately, it's 17 years, but not a complete full period. It's actually 6,100 days, but from 1994 to 2011 is 17 years, and then on May 21 comes the end of the Great Tribulation, which began on May 21 of 1988, which was the date of the beginning of the 2,300 days, or the beginning of the Great Tribulation, and exactly 8,400 days later, which is exactly 23 full years, that is the day of the gathering up, or the rapture, as well as the day of judgment.
So Satan was loosed in 1988.
So Satan was loosed in 1988. He was used. He was employed by God, and that's language that comes right out of the Bible. He was hired by God to rule the churches and to rule the world. And of course, when Satan is ruling, believe you me, wickedness is going to multiply. And during these last 22 years, how wickedness has multiplied all over the world, as well as in virtually every congregation. There's wickedness of turning away from the authority of God, or mocking God, or the wickedness of sexual misbehavior, enormous sexual misbehavior, of murdering, of lying, of greed, and all kinds of ugly sins are everywhere present. We almost take it for granted. We hardly blush when we hear of ugly things that are going on.
So in 1994 was the latter rain, was a Jubilee year?
Yes, in 1994, which was a Jubilee year, on the feast day that was a memorial of the Jubilee year, exactly there, God began the final ingathering. And according to Revelation chapter 7, that ingathering includes a great many people. Most of them are those who have never heard the Bible before. The last shall be first, is the way that God puts it.
Okay, I thank you so much, Mr. Campbell.
Thank you for calling and sharing. And you know, we can say all these things as detailed as they are and as confidently as we say it, because otherwise, if we didn't have the proofs that God gave us, we would never dare to talk this way. We would have to say, there's a high likelihood this is going to be, or that will be. But because of the proofs that God has given us, they're so outstanding, we know that by God's mercy, God has guided us to unfold this with great accuracy, and so we don't say at all that it has a high likelihood. We say, we must say, we are commanded to say, it's going to happen. That's why when we bring the warning to the world that Judgment Day is coming, we don't say maybe or high likelihood. We're saying Judgment Day is May 21, 2011, and that's going to happen. But thank you for calling and sharing.